Once again, welcome to HTTR, Behind Enemy Lines with your boy Yemi. Once again, if you got thin skin, you can't come on in. Just might as well stay at home, get off your phone. We want to just go ahead and tell everybody happy, happy, happy day after the NFL draft. 3 days of fun and excitement. Many people got the people that they wanted, myself included. We got some people that we hadn't looked at before in the draft. I'm really, to be honest with you, I'm pleased with what the Redskins did this season in the draft. We made some very, very interesting moves. It's funny as heck that most of the people who have been online and giving these mock drafts, they missed it, man. They missed it, and I'm glad that that happened. After Chase Young, um, they missed it, man. Let's just be honest. They really missed it, and I'm kind of happy with the draft picks that we made. I think it added to our team. It gave our team an opportunity to it gave our team an opportunity to be better, and it gave us some weapons around Dwayne Haskins that I think will help him in the long run. It was moves that we weren't expecting, and because of this, I think it made us an all around better team. Um, it's good to see. I watched an interview that Jonathan Allen put up that he already reached out to Chase Young and had him come by, and not to talk about X's and O's, but just to talk. Him, Ioannidis, they all met up with him and talked to him. Bruce Smith, the legendary defensive end, who was with the Buffalo Bills, but also, played for us. He offered to really work with Chase, and I hope that if Daniel Snyder and Coach Rivera um, will allow these Pro Bowlers, these Hall of Famers, an opportunity to come in and to really work with our young players. I think Montez Sweat would benefit greatly. Um, I had the opportunity to really just go over the draft and to look at some of the picks that we made. And to be honest with y'all, I mean, look, I don't think we could have done a better job than what we did. And one of these things that I'm gonna start really preaching to y'all and putting out there with y'all, especially if you follow this channel. Oh yeah, since we on that, please subscribe, hit the notification link, and hit these like buttons, man, if you are getting down with the content. But one of the things I really liked about our draft, and it was something that made me do a little bit of thinking, was that we picked players that brought speed. We picked players that brought some length. We picked players that, especially on the offensive side of the ball, that were going to be immediate matchup problems. We also did that on the defensive side of the ball. We picked up some players that I was like, man, I don't know what the hell Rod is doing. But then, after the draft was over, it gave me a chance to go look at these players that we picked up, watch some game tape. I'm really pleased. Antonio Gibson, our third round pick out of Memphis. Some people say that he's a running back. Other people say that he would be a receiver. He's a 6 foot tall. He's 6 foot, 228 pounds. A grown man. He's fast. He plays fast. Not only is he fast, but he plays fast. Um, every other play, I mean, he didn't have a reception under 20 yards. I mean, this his reception average was 20 yards per catch, y'all. This and me and my buddy, who I hope will come on later on, Kev Create, we're sitting there talking about it while we're watching the draft. And this man is built solid. And what I'm saying is he's built really good under his waist. Pause. Um, he's thick and he's hard to tackle. He's explosive. He's fast. He can help you in three facets of the game. He can help you as a route runner. He can help you as a back, and he can also help you on special teams, which is something that we can bring into the mix with this guy. AGG, Antonio Gandy Golden, um, great pickup. We believe that he came off the board a whole lot later than what he should have. I actually saw him either a late first or from late first to mid second round draft grade on this kid out of Liberty College. No, he didn't play against all the big name talent, but even when he played against bigger name schools, he had outstanding games. He's not the fastest, but he does get separation. He's a ball man. He plays. He tries to high point the ball, which is something that we really need on the team. I think he's going to compete with Lattimore and with Harmon. I To be honest with you, a lot of these picks to me were picks to say, look, you're on notice. Um, from the Chase Young pick for all those other defensive ends that we have on the line on our defense, they're on notice. Look, you either come to training camp with it on your mind, or you won't be in the burgundy and gold next season. Our running back room, our running back room. Either you come with it on your mind every play, every opportunity you get, every snap, or you ain't gonna be there. And I love the fact that we have brought in this competitive edge to our rooms. I mean, the offensive line room, with us picking up our hold on, I forgot that boy's name. Boy, I'm getting old. But we made two offensive line picks that were pretty solid. One of them was let me find this boy's name. There it is. Shaquille Charles out of LSU. Um, I think that was a strong pick. He had some character issues. Now I'm going to tell you something about this. When these folks say that these players have character issues, um, we need to look into the offense. We don't need to straight up just run alongside with what they're saying and go ahead and say, okay, he had some character issues. No, there was something that went on. And so we need to see why they passed over him. But for the most part, a lot of these people that I hear have character issues, the issue ain't an issue at all. I think it's just a matter of how things are taken. And that was our fourth round pick. Um, Then with our fifth round pick, we took AGG. With another fifth round pick, we took center. That's who I wanted to talk about. Kenneth Emmanuel Ishmael. He can play center or guard. He's versatile. And this young man wants to play center. This man wants to take it from me. This man wants to play center. That's not the easiest position on the offensive line. Matter of fact, it's probably the hardest position on the offensive line to play because you're in charge of reading and calling the coverages. A lot of quarterbacks will call coverage, but you got to understand the blocking schemes. You're in charge of calling these blocking schemes out and picking up these blocks so that your quarterback doesn't get mangled back there. So he wants to play center. I think he moves really good. He's not as strong as we would like for him to. Got pretty good technique. He's just not really that strong. Also, in the 5th round, we picked up Khalid Hudson from Michigan. He's an outside linebacker. He can also probably play some safety. He can also cover a little bit in the slot. They say he's a high motor guy. He's got a lot of potential. I'm excited about these picks. Now, the cornerback slash the safety or safety slash cornerback, Carmen Curl, great player. He's a real good player. He's consistent. He's long. He's rangy. He can really read defenses pretty well. He breaks to the ball real good. He doesn't have the interceptions to always prove for it, but he's always got his nose around the ball, which is a great thing. He's not afraid to tackle. He's not afraid to hit. So it depends on what Ron Rivera wants to do and what Jack Del Rio wants to do. If we try this dude at free safety, to have a backup. I'm telling you, man, a lot of these guys like Apke, DeShazer Everett, man, a lot of these dudes, Stroman, a lot of these dudes are gonna be on notice, man. And y'all, I'm excited. I'm so excited for this season to begin. I'm excited for them to get out into some form of a training camp, even if it's modified, so that they can get an opportunity to mesh up and to get to know one another and to get out there and play. Man, I am excited, man. So when I tell you hail to the Redskins, I'm dead. I'm serious, man. I think we have a chance now. I'm not a pessimist, but I don't want us to think that we're going to jump from worst to first. But we do have an opportunity to really get out there and look good. And what I mean is, I think we can win. I don't see why we can't win 8 games. I don't see why we can't win 8 games next season. I think once we get everything together and we see what these coaches want to do, I think we have all the tools and all the weapons. Even if we don't play people in the way that you think we should play them, I don't think that, I believe since Adrian Peterson has an understanding of this offense, because he pretty much somewhat knows the offense. I think we're gonna get a chance to see him in the beginning of the season. But I think as the season goes along, we're gonna really get to see who is really the man in the running back room. And a lot of people are big Darius Geis fans, and I am too. I like Darius Geis, but I don't think that Darius Geis is going to beat out Bryce Love. And I don't think that, and I say this, I want good competition, but I think Bryce Love, if he wasn't injured, he would have been the first. He would have been picked in the first 10 picks of that draft. I mean, the boy was just awesome. And to me, he's a better route runner out of the backfield. He's a better runner between the tackles. Um, he has this ability to hit the hole at full speed and then stop on a dime, change directions, and then pick up speed again. Um, he's not a one cut runner, he's very elusive. And I think by him being that way, we have an opportunity to actually see the greatness that he's going to bring to the table. I think with him and Gibson, I think Gibson can play the slot, um, and and even if they put them in tandem in the backfield together in a shotgun formation, I can't wait to see these packages that they're going to make up, because you're going to have to make up some packages because we've got a lot of talent, man. And with a 55-man roster, I think we're going to be able to bring in, instead of the regular 53, I honestly believe that they might extend the roster even more because of this COVID-19 and our inability to really get to scout players like we normally do in the regular season, with the regular OTAs, mini camps, um, practices. We won't have all of that like we've had in regular seasons. So I think we're going to have an opportunity to keep more people around this year. Um, I'm waiting to see. Kendall Fuller said something that made a lot of sense, and I've been one of those guys. I haven't been too high on getting Chase Young. We got him. I preferred if we would have gotten Isaiah Simmons, but with us getting Chase Young, um, Kendall Fuller said something that made a lot of sense. He said there will be no more double moves against us. And he said with Young and Sweat coming off the edge, there's not going to be a chance for teams to do double moves, which I already knew. But to hear an actual cornerback in the league, he saying that I can play with my back to the line, and that right there shows me the confidence that these guys have with their young defensive front. He said, I can actually play with my back to the line and be confident because he doesn't have to worry about a double move. And see, backpedaling, is one of those things that when you're concerned about players that's going to hit a double move on you, um, he's not worried about that no more because he believes that a quarterback won't have the opportunity for a play that requires a double move to actually progress, which is amazing. I think that we as Redskins fans, I know, I'm looking forward to it, and it does make your cornerbacks better because they don't have to think as much. Um, with playing your back towards the ball, you can actually play the man, and then at the last minute play the ball, and that's cool. Wherein when we couldn't get pressure, we had to play to the ball. And that's another thing. They don't have to worry too much about the running plays getting outside. Won't you listen to me? They don't believe they have to worry too much about the running play. So they can automatically backpedal and turn their back to the line, having the faith in the front seven that they don't have to worry about them missing a tackle or a running back running down their back with their back turned, because they know that their defensive line can handle business. Their front seven can handle business. And I'm excited. I mean, with some of the additions that we made with the linebackers, um, let's look at something. I'm gonna bring up a couple of players that I'm really interested in seeing. I'm really excited, and I really want to know how you feel about it. So if you get an opportunity, please put your comments down in the comment room, in the comment section, and let me know. Um, everybody's high on picking up Thaddeus Moss. A lot of people are very happy because they feel as if that gets Randy Moss inside of our locker room or gets him an opportunity. Look, man, coaches ain't really like that. They don't mind, having you around, but they want to be able to coach their team. They don't want that interference, that outside interference. They want to be able to coach. And but I honestly think with these guys that we're bringing along and introducing to the Redskin Nation, that they're going to benefit from having someone like Randy Moss in the room or in the area that they can pick his brain, that they can ask, these vital questions. What do I do in this coverage? We got to understand Randy Moss wasn't an outstanding route runner at all. He was fast as hell, and he had a couple of routes that he ran great. Randy Moss did not run the route tree. Okay, let's just get that out and open. So I don't think he's going to be the one that shows you how to break down and run certain routes because he only ran a handful of routes. But his ability to read defenses and coverages, that will help us out a lot. Um, or will help some of the players out that are going to get an opportunity to be around this cat. Um, we got a lot of players that are still loyal to our team. Fred Smoot, Sean Springs. We still got some guys that are still loyal to us and still show interest and still have that connection with the Redskins. So I don't want y'all to think that it's been like an oasis where we haven't had players or former All Pro players or former Hall of Fame players. Now, I will say this, I'm going to put this out here. I hope and pray that AGG takes number 81. Even though he was number 11 in college, I hope he dons number 81 because of I think he's going to be a player like Art Monk. And I hope and pray that he takes into consideration putting on number 81. He's not right now. Alex Smith is still on the roster, so I don't think number 11, unless, I don't think it's an option for him. So I hope he dons number 81. And because I honestly feel like he can play up to the caliber of player that Art Monk was. So I see, Terry McLaurin going to be our number one, probably to start off the season. If it isn't Lattimore as our number two, it'll be Harmon, unless Gandy Golden just shows out and balls out during training camp. Um, to me, Antonio Gibson and Sean Springs, they're gonna. If we run a with four receiver package, then we already know those two are going to be in the slot. If we run trips to one side, whatever it looks like. If we run a what I call a one package, which is a zero package with no running back and just receivers, I think they're going to throw Antonio Gibson in the mix and put him out there. And man, you got 5 people on the field that can catch. If we play 11 scheme, which is one tight end, one running back. You can either have 3 receivers. You'll have 3 receivers in 11. In a 21, 2 backs, 1 tight end. If we run a 12 package with 2 tight ends, I just think that we're going to be so flexible that we're gonna look amazing, man, when we get on the field next year. What do I think about our receiver room? I don't think that Cam Sims, unless I don't even think he's going to be there next year. Cam Sims, I don't think that number 18 shit. I forgot that boy's name. Just that quick. The guy out of SMU. I don't think he's going to be there next year. Oh, Trey Quinn. I don't think he's going to be there next year. I think he's going to be moving around real soon. And I honestly think that some of these guys, and even some of these guys we've signed as undrafted free agents, may have a better chance than Trey Quinn. I think Trey Quinn is an artifact that was hung over from the Gruden days, and he ain't gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna make the cut. So almost 25 minutes into this stream. I don't have anybody on with me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get ready to check out. But I want y'all to understand we're gonna be posting. I'm gonna be uploading content as much as I can, especially since I got this different laptop, which gives me a better quality and allows me not to have as much lag as I have with the other setup. So y'all just remember, Redskins Nation remain strong. Keep your head up. Trust in the process, man. Trust in the process. I think Ron Rivera, Kyle Smith, I think they have a tremendous program that they have in mind for this team. And I think with the added additions in the draft and signing these undrafted free agents, and as well as some of the pickups that we made in free agency, I think that we have an opportunity to be great. Now, once again, we'll probably be. I believe that we'll be an 8-win team. I don't think our defense is going to be on the field as much as they were last year and the year before last. I honestly believe that we have a defense now that's going to make some plays. There's going to be a bunch of interceptions because there's going to be a bunch of pressure. So you guys, I want y'all to stay strong, stay safe. Remember, with this COVID-19, wash your hands and your ass. And I will see y'all next time. Once again, hail to the Redskins. Peace.